Welcome back to Medora Minutes, a Bible study designed to help you start your week with the Lord and in His Word. This week we are looking at Genesis 39, verses 6 through 20, and I've given it the title, God's Ways Are Always Right. If you are a Christian, if you have made the commitment to follow the Lord, you can be sure that that commitment at some point will be challenged. For Joseph, it was when his master's wife wanted to start an affair with him. Now, he had every chance to have an excuse. He was a slave. He had no legal or social standing at all. He could have told himself, I'll just go along and get along. That's never the right choice. You can be sure that when this happens, whatever is being asked of you will cost you a great deal. For Joseph, it meant a trip back to prison. It was the king's prison where the worst offenders were kept, and quite likely he was in chains. For Daniel, it cost him a trip to the lion's den. For his 3 friends, it cost them a trip to the fiery furnace. These are not small challenges. It will look very simple to go ahead and cave in and compromise, give in just a little bit. It is a test of your commitment to follow the Lord. When this happens, it is a good idea to keep Joshua chapter 24, verse 15 in mind. The people of Israel have conquered the new land. They are ready to settle down and become a settled nation. This is their land now. And Joshua pulls them all together in Shechem and gives them a challenge to follow the Lord, to remember all that the Lord has done. He gives them the challenge this way in verse 15 of chapter 24. Choose you this day whom you will serve. First of all, choose. You need to have a conscious commitment. Make the choice to serve the Lord. Choose you this day. Make your choice before the test comes, because when the test begins, it's too late. You need to have that commitment already in place. Choose ye this day whom you will serve. You can't serve both sides. You can't have a commitment and compromise at the same time. And then Joshua gives a ringing declaration. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. And I would encourage you to make that same commitment in your lives. I want to leave you with some encouragement because this is a difficult thing. And yes, it did cost Joseph a great deal. It may cost you also. But take a look at Joseph's life. Even though as he went into this trial, it looked like he lost everything, God had something greater in mind. There is no way that Joseph would have reached the pinnacle of power in Egypt, being second only to Pharaoh himself, if he had not gone through this trial and into prison. He could not have gone straight from Potiphar's house to Pharaoh's palace. God has a reason for the tests that He brings into your life. Trust Him. Trust Him. I encourage you to meditate on this over the coming week. Take a look at Genesis 39, verses 6 through 20, and Joshua 24, verse 15. Lord willing, we'll talk again next week. Thank you for listening.